Hey, it's Q. I had a lot of fun figuring out the combat achievements for the Chaos Fanatic while avoiding being PK'd, and I picked up some tips and tricks along the way that I wanted to share. If you've never taken on this demi-boss, I will quickly explain the mechanics and how to kill him. If you are already familiar with the boss, I put chapters in this video, so skip on forward to the part that will be relevant to you. As far as the boss mechanics goes, the boss uses magic, so use Protect from Magic. He has a special attack of green squigglies. They move pretty slow, so just pay attention and move out of the way. He's also weak to range, so use range. There are 4 total achievements for him. There are 2 kill count achievements, one for 10 and one for 25. Then there's the easiest achievement, which is just avoiding being hit by a special attack. And then the one that most people typically see as the hardest one is Praying to the Gods. This involves killing him 10 times in a row without leaving the wild or drinking a potion that restores prayer. About level 70 range is the minimum that I would personally go with. You can get away with lower, and it would be a lot faster with 80 and above. Level 37 prayer is the absolute minimum, but the higher your prayer, the better, as it does allow you to use offensive prayers as well. So if you're running out of prayer mid-kill, it is still possible to get the Praying to Gods achievement. However, it will just be a massive nuisance. As far as supplies go, since this is in the wilderness, I personally prefer using the blowpipe as it is a single slot item, and if you do die, as long as it's protected, you will keep the pipe, the darts, and the scales. You can obviously use an alternative if you don't have one. I take an archer's ring and a barrel's glove as my other 2 expensive items. You take what you prefer or what you have. Then I use a combo of black dragon hide and snakeskin, as well as an archer's helm and an amulet of glory for good stats, as well as a teleport out after the run. As far as food and potions go, I like to use pies. The reason for this is that the Fanatic has a special attack where he will unequip certain items of yours. Having a full inventory of pie tins makes it impossible for him to trigger it. Alternatively, you can use brews and normal restore potions, but make sure that you have Vial Smash turned off. If you're doing this for the achievements, make sure not to bring any super restores or prayer potions either. I also make sure to use range pots to speed up the kills. You're going to want to bring enough for 1 dose per kill, and I'll explain why a bit later. Now, if you're doing this for kill count and for fun, I use Blighted super restores in place of prayer pots, as they are about half the price currently. Getting there is pretty straightforward. You're just going to use a Gorak teleport, an obelisk if you've done the Hard Wilderness Diary, or a burning amulet to the lava maze to get there. Can't get much simpler than that. If you're an Iron Man about to leave me a comment saying that you can't buy those things, then don't. You can actually use the time you saved by not commenting and running all the way there. I'm totally kidding. So turn off private chat so PKers can't find you, turn on skull prevention, check your risk, and head on out. Now, I got really lucky in this recording and someone tried to PK me during my kills, so I can actually show you in real time exactly what I suggest to avoid and escape from them. Now, you want to be careful on this one because with the announcement of the new prayer book, alongside the rework of wild content in general, the Chaos Altar is an even bigger hotbed for PKers. So there are a lot of ways to avoid PKers with plenty of resources around to use and to be aware of. If you get attacked and don't get teleblocked, just go ahead and run over to the KBD lair, pull the lever, and teleport out. The alternative is to use the obelisk. If you have the hard diary done, you can choose where the obelisk sends you, which is really nice. Now, if you do get teleblocked, I like to use the obelisk that's just north. Simply activate one of the 4 pillars and get the PKer to stand on the platform, and it will teleport the person who is on it away after a few seconds. You can also use the KBD ladder to confuse the PKer and buy you just a little bit more time, so that way you can world hop and break your teleblock. Then you simply switch worlds and go back to your kill count. Some other preventative measures that I personally use is playing on a high total level world. This does make it so that you're less likely to run into PKers. However, it also makes it so that when you do eventually run into one, they are most likely to be a main. So pick your poison. Now, a couple cheeky ways to avoid PKers is to bring a bunch of Cerebrews, or the cheaper and Iron Man option is a Staff of Air and a few hundred Mind Runes. Alternatively, you can just bring a fun weapon as well. So if you see a PKer while you're killing the Fanatic, all you have to do is brew your range level to Oblivion, or switch to your staff and hit the Fanatic with Wind Strike. This is the lowest offensive spell. You're also wearing full dragon hide, and the boss's magic level is fairly high, so you're going to be hitting a lot of zeros. Either way, the idea is to stay in combat with the Fanatic, but not kill it. Since the area is single combat, this makes it so the PKer cannot hit you, and as long as you're still attacking the Fanatic, the PKer can't just kill the boss and then kill you. I use this method to drag the boss closer to my escape, so there is very little time that I'm not safe. Alternatively, you can stay in combat with him and X-log. However, I personally feel that this is a bit more risky due to his special attack, and I would personally suggest only doing this if you are teleblocked and can't teleport them away with the obelisk. The combat achievements for the Chaos Fanatic are fairly straightforward. However, they can be a bit frustrating due to the high traffic of PKers in the area. So first off, we're going to be here for about 10 to 25 kills to get all the achievements in one trip, so plan accordingly. The first achievement to tackle is not getting hit by a special attack, so just don't be dumb, move out of the way, and boom, you're done with that one. Next, we're going to do the first kill count one at the same time as the Praying to the Gods one. What this entails is killing him 10 times without restoring prayer from any potion and without leaving the wild. This is why I if you do bring brews, it's important to bring normal restore potions and not super restores. How we're going to do this is by using the infamous chaos altar. Now, don't worry, we are not going to run into any PKers with the method I'm going to show you. What you're going to do is after every kill, you're going to immediately switch worlds to a free-to-play world. The reason this is important is the fact that if a free-to-play PKer does kill you, they won't get a single item of loot from you, as any unprotected member item is put in a literal gravestone for you. So they have very little incentive to kill you. Secondly, the boost for bones at that altar does not apply to free-to-play, so there isn't even a reason for anyone to be out there. And then on top of that, free-to-play is dead content anyway. So there's that. What we're going to do is get a kill, go to free-to-play, refresh our prayer, run on back, switch back to your member's world, drink another range dose, and repeat for 10 times. After that, you only have 15 kills left for the last achievement. Now, if none of these tips helped you, please remember to hit that dislike button, as it really helps the algorithm not to promote this video to others who won't find it helpful. And if you do have any other questions, let me know in the comments, and if you'd like to see other guides or content, let me know below.